again. All right, take two today on the Win-Win Real Talk. Thank you guys. Sorry about that. We're trying different attempts on different avenues on Zoom and whatnot. That wasn't working. So I'm back. I'm back. I sent a new link to Karen. So hopefully she'll be able to join us on the link I provided. If not, we're just going to roll with it and we'll have her back again. Hopefully she'll be here soon. Anyway, so I just want to check in with everyone. I could have just completely quit, but I don't believe in that. So here I am back again. My goal today was to introduce you to Karen. She, like I said in my last first attempt today on the Win-Win Real Talk, was the fact that I felt like I just got my voice back, and it's just perfect timing because I was given this opportunity to be on Speak Up and Empower, really under Karen's leadership and her vision on this beautiful platform. And it was all through networking and connecting and making friends. And I believe that that is the biggest thing to do and to make a priority in your life, period, but also as an entrepreneur, because you just never know what doors will open up from just creating just one connection alone. And I actually got introduced to Karen earlier this year through a friend that I made, who then became my twin, Christelle Biga. And, I met her from a leap of faith that I had made the year before. So it's crazy how there's such a connection in the creation of different opportunities and just believing in yourself. And, I will say just a year and a half ago, I would physically and literally have to write down word for word what I'd be saying or sharing. When I was asked by, my mentor and business partner, Johanna Mockett, to speak. She's like, I want you to speak. I want you to share your story. I want you to do this. I want you to, talk about how you help this family, what we call our crusade stories. I would literally freak out. I knew it was an honor. I knew it was an honor, and sometimes I would want to say no. But last year was the word of the year was growth, and that to me just meant saying yes to anything that's going to progress you and evolve you and improve you and make you grow. And that means anytime someone asks you to do something that feels uncomfortable, you pretty much say yes. And so when I was asked to speak, I had no other choice but to say yes. But when I said yes, was it an easy yes? Heck no. It was a scary yes. It was oh my gosh, I am breaking a sweat. I'm breaking out. I'm stressing out. I don't know if I can do this, but I just got to do it. And how I did that was I literally wrote down word for word what I was going to recite in the time that I had to speak. And leading up to the time, I had to speak. I couldn't hear anything that was happening. I was so consumed in, what I was going to say and how I was going to say it. So much that I I couldn't be me. I really could not be in the moment of just doing it. And this was just about a year and a half ago. Can you believe that? Just a year and a half ago, I literally had to write everything down and I was like reciting it word for word. And then sometimes I would go up there, I'm like, oh crap, was I supposed to say that? Or was that where I was supposed to go? What was And then eventually it wasn't until I would say beginning of this year or like first quarter of this year. And really when I got COVID, when I had a moment to really force the unplug, and completely disconnect, I just realized that it's just so much more important to speak from your heart. And I learned it from one of my other mentors and good friends. And his name is Avi. Avi, shout out to you. He gave me the best advice. And it's in how you feel and it's in how, you make people feel. And so for that, what's crazy was I sent you a link so you can jump on. Oh, do you mind hopping on here? Because I'm like in the middle of a thought and I'm having a talk. Okay, thanks. So Karen's gonna hop on hopefully. But my point of that was just last year I decided to organize a networking group. I've always been a connector. I thought, might as well use this gift, right? To really just serve the community. And so it was a financial commitment, it was a time commitment, and my kids are with me 99% of the time. So, was that scary for me to do? Absolutely. And it was during a time when I still wrote down word for word what I was going to say. And so it wasn't until just the end of last year, beginning of this year, when I told myself my new word of the year is to live and go live. And how fortunate I am to have met Karen. And I met her through Christelle, who's a member of my networking group. And honestly, if I didn't take that leap, I would have never met Christelle. And if I didn't follow up with Christelle, we probably wouldn't, fostered the friendship that has become like a family ship. We become like family members and like each other's twin. And who then introduced me to Karen because Christelle is the president of the US division. So anyway, I'm gonna have Karen join us now. I'm super excited. After this stream, here we go.
Hello. I'm
The
hoping you can hear
sound
me
is
now.
off.
Okay, let me try one other thing. This
Okay.
is so, I don't know why. It's been good all day.
So welcome to entrepreneurship. Things just happen and we just roll with it.
How is
And
that?
figure it out. I'm sorry?
Still, is that bad still?
No, it's like really choppy.
Okay, let me just check one other. Give me 1 minute. Sorry.
Sure. I don't know if it's something else. If there's another device that's connected.
I've been online all day and haven't had a. Oh,
Yeah, it's really choppy. Sure. All right. She's gonna figure it out. So anyway, as I was saying, like it's so important to build really healthy relationships and care for people because when you do, they think of you too. You don't do it so they think of you in those moments. You just do it out of your heart and you just do it out of just genuinely caring because people are going to feel that. People are going to know if you're up to something or not. And it's funny, I was in this training last week and, people may say something's a scam and whatnot. And, a trainer or mentor said, yeah, if I were to scam someone, would it be someone that actually has something to scam out of? Oh no.
oh no. Can you hear me?
Yeah, the sound. I can't hear you.
Oh.
Hi,
Well,
I was
I'd
just
love
talking
to.
about you, boo. I was just talking about you, twin. Michelle's on.
I know.
Yeah, Karen's.
Let me just try one other
Guys,
thing.
really-
Give me 1 minute. Okay, give me one more sec before we decide here. 1 minute.
Maybe the disconnect. Sure.
I'm gonna try one other thing. Sorry, people. Welcome to the real world.
Yeah, it sounds.
Okay. Let me see. How's that?
Still choppy.
Yeah.
Try again.
Now?
No.
No? Can we do
No.
it tonight? Let's do it tonight because I'll be in my office.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, we'll have Karen back on. Sorry, we're having technical difficulty. She's at her son's house, so it's not her usual setup.
Yeah,
But thank you,
but
Karen. Thanks for
thank you.
trying.
I'll
Thanks
be
for
back
making the
tonight.
time.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for not giving up on me. Yeah, so as I was saying, I would have never met Karen if it weren't for really stepping out and going into creating the networking group. And it was something that for me was really scary at the time. I don't know if you ever felt that, like to do something scary, but knowing that you probably should. You should do it, even though it's scary, and just stepping into it anyway. And again, like I said, I did it at a time when I literally had to write word for word things down before I spoke. I don't think people realize that was not long ago. It was not long ago. It was just about a year ago, a year and a half ago, not even 2 years ago. I remember speaking around this time last year at the office because I helped a family. And, this family is so sweet. Have been working forever and ever and ever, super loyal to the company they work for. And they, had retirement planning that was necessary in their portfolio because there was no protection on their assets whatsoever. Everything was market driven, which means that you are subject to market loss at any time. And as you get closer to retirement age, you want to make sure at least some of your assets are protected, that it's not all market driven, because we know what happened in 2008 when 40% of the market tanked. Imagine if 40% of your hard earned 401k was wiped out and you're 7 years old or you're 65. What would that mean to the other person? What would it mean to this family? And they are relying so heavily and they were so loyal to putting away so much every pay period, right? Every month. And then boom, 40% gone. And we haven't even talked about like taxes on the money as they withdraw, because they haven't paid taxes on that money yet. This is pre-tax dollars, which means that at withdrawal is when you're going to pay income tax on that money as you withdraw. Okay. And so imagine how scary it is for people as they get closer to retirement on, oh crap, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my family if I lose half of it? Well, I had a family that was referred to me, and they are the sweetest family, and they said, oh my gosh, they could really use your help. I said, absolutely, I'd love that. I'd love to just share with them what I can do for them. And this was during a time again when I still was like not very confident in myself. Like I know what I know, and I will study the heck out of everything. I will become a master at it because I want to know. I want to know as if I need to know for myself. Actually, better yet, for someone else, because there's even more pressure, right, when you're doing for someone else. And so I helped this family, and they were literally in tears of how grateful they were that I was able to provide them exactly what they needed to feel more secure and to be more secure, where I can protect their assets, whether no matter what, if the market tanks, they don't lose their principal, they don't lose their money. But every day, right, they're going to lock in the highest daily in the market, which is so awesome. And then they have compound 5% interest too, on top of all that. That's credited daily too. And they're going to have income for life. Income for life. Even if their account value drops to zero, they're going to get income for life. How does that work? I can tell you more, but how cool is that? Imagine, right? Imagine if all you have is a 401k, which is or an IRA even, and that's in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, right? Which is all subject to market loss. Growth is dependent on how well the market does. And right now, in these times of uncertainty, how important is it to have certainty? So now imagine if we're able to protect a portion of it. I was able to protect half of their retirement assets. And they've already lost some money in the market with the other half, right? But with what we have, they're never going to outlive it. It's basically like a self-funded pension. What's a self-funded pension? What's a pension period? Well, if you work with a company for long enough, right? We're talking like 30, 40, 50 years, that company's going to guarantee that they're going to give you income for the rest of your life. Now that's become obsolete because it's so expensive. It's so expensive to provide that. And so then they've reverted to what's called the 401k. Is it a true replacement for a pension? Absolutely not, because 401ks are subject to market loss. There's no protection and there's no income for life. The great thing though is like if you're getting a match, like whatever you're contributing, the company matches some 50%, some 100%, up to a certain percentage. Definitely take advantage of it. It's free money. It's free money. Take advantage of it. Awesome. Do it. Take advantage of it. Not all companies provide 401ks and not all of them provide 100% matches. So get what you can where you can, especially if it's free. But is there a guarantee on your assets there? No. No. If the market tanks tomorrow, guess what happens to your account tomorrow? That tanks too. So it's really, really important as you get closer to retirement age. And we're talking like the red zone of retirement, about 5 years before you're getting ready to retire, at least like 5 to 10, you want to start protecting some of those assets. Do that with someone like me who knows what she's doing, who has access to amazing companies like Prudential, Nationwide, AIG, AXA, Transamerica, where I'm able to really find out from you what's important. What are you worried about? What are your concerns? How can I alleviate that? How can I remove that stress? How can I give you financial peace of mind? By listening to you, by learning about what's important, by learning about what you're worried about, so I can fill that gap, right? I can provide structure in your portfolio. Provide you with a backbone that no matter what, you can rely on this. And so that family that I helped, right? I was able to get them that. I was able to get them an account where no matter what, they're going to lock in the daily highs of the market. They're going to get 5% compound interest while they're deferring this account, meaning that they're not going to start withdrawal for like about 5 years. And that's the goal. But what's so cool is that no matter what, they're never going to run out of money. Even if the account value drops to zero, we're going to be able to collect that money. That's the insurance company's guarantee. They're going to provide that for life. That's just how they work. So imagine how grateful this family is now knowing that, oh my gosh, now I have money that I can rely on forever. I don't have to worry about running out of money. Plus, I set it up so that the wife can assume the contract as if he's alive if he passes away sooner. How cool is that? That was one of his biggest worries, is my wife going to be okay? I want to make sure my wife's going to be okay. Absolutely. We can add this enhancement to it to make it that much better and make it much more suitable for you and your family and your goals and your concerns. How awesome, right? And so they were just in tears. They still thank me to this day. They randomly send me like heart emoji texts, like, I don't know what I'd do without you, especially the market. Like, when there's a negative in the market, they're like, our money's protected. We're so grateful. You have no idea. And I get it. Like, I can only imagine what it feels like to be in your 60s, especially getting ready to retire and just knowing that you have something you can rely on, right? And so last year, when I was able to help this family roll over their money into something that's protected, where they still are going to get the growth, where they're still going to get the gains, but it's completely protected and they have income for life, I was asked to speak. And I wrote down literally word for word what I was going to say. I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I was so scared. I was like, oh, I put so much pressure on myself to bring it, to bring value and to educate and to empower and to help and to share what I know. Like I studied so hard, right? I studied so much because I'm amazed by money. I'm amazed by it. I think it's so freaking cool. I think it's like amazing how it flows, right? Just like the energy with it. My business partner and I, Gisela, talk about that too. Like she just loves the energy of money. Like it's such an interesting thing, And then I love how like people are making it grow. I love how we can be tax efficient so that you're keeping more of your hard-earned money, by just the types of accounts you open and the types of accounts that you're investing in, and also like, how do we incorporate all these other things that you may need or that you do need now, right? And so I was asked to speak, and I wrote down everything, and I was so concerned about, oh shoot, am I going to bring enough value? And I was so nervous, and this was not even a year ago. This was December or January of last year was when I was asked to speak, and I was so nervous. And then I realized in that moment, I need to break through this. I need to break through this. And the only way I can break through this is if I did it more. Just do it more. And so I, put out there my word of the year: live and live, right? LIVE, to live, say yes to more things, and to go live. And gosh, it was like right after I was recovering from COVID. So I think it was like April. No, sorry. It was June. June, when Christelle, my twin, who was a member of my networking group, she texted me and said, "Hey, I have this opportunity for you." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So we hopped on the phone, and she told me all about Speak Up and Empower. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that sounds like so perfect." She said, "Yeah, she didn't tell me she was the president of the United States division." Okay. I wish she did. Uh, that's another funny story. But she is connected to Karen through a networking group. And she said, yeah, Karen's looking to branch out of Canada, and she has like, different divisions throughout like the world in different continents, different countries. Yes, that's you. I love you. And she asked Christelle to head the US division. And they were specifically looking for someone in finance that's heart centered. And she's like, I have this opportunity for you. I think it'd be perfect. And I was like, oh my gosh, awesome. This is so exciting. This is so crazy. Tell me more about it. She's like, well, in exchange, you have to go live. And I remember like the look on my face was like literally like this. I was like, oh crap, this is exactly what I invited in this year. I asked for this. I literally asked for this. Um, I was like, crap, I can't say no to what I asked for. So I was like, okay, like how often do I have to go live? She's like, it's up to you. She doesn't put a lot of pressure on it. She's it's up to you. You can go like weekly, you can go bi-weekly, you can go monthly. It's up to you. But yeah, in exchange of being a part of it, especially like the first set of Speak Up and Empower experts for the US, yeah, you got to go live. Like, okay, well, here we go, twin. And it's been a heck of a ride, I will say. And honestly, it's really kept me on my toes. I thank you, twin, for finding the networking group and deciding to come. I thank you for hating me but loving me too. Twin opened up to me. I think this is really funny on how like she couldn't believe how positive I was. She was like, "Gosh, this girl's positive, really positive. Like something's up with her. She's weird." And she even thought to herself, like, maybe something's up with this one, like maybe not even to be trusted. I don't know. And then she got to know me. She's like, holy cow, like this girl really does lead with her heart, And I was going through some personal things, and I told her, I think I'm gonna start leading with my head, dude. Like this thing is working because it's taking me to places that I'm starting to regret, or like, I could have been stronger about, but because I led with my heart, it led me into these different places. And she's like, no, it's the most beautiful thing. No, that's just who you are. Those are their rules and these are yours, and you create your own rules. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is coming from someone that questioned me. So anyway, it's amazing how when you just step out and you go against the grain and you do things that are outside of the norm, and you do things that you're so not accustomed to doing. You do things outside of your box of who you've been conditioned to be, And it just leads you in the most beautiful places. It really can. It really, really can if you just gave it a chance. If you gave it a chance. And I'm just so grateful that all the things that have happened have been a step of faith and a leap of faith in all of us personally, and how it's led us here today, and I'm just so grateful, Twin. You are amazing too. That we are exactly where we need to be. I'm grateful for everything, all the good, the bad, because it led to this very moment. And it's crazy how just a year ago I had to handwrite every word I was going to say and recite. And now I can be here with you and just be me and just be in this moment with you and just let my soul speak, let my heart speak. And, my wish is that we can all just brave through it all, because the more we do, the more it leads to opportunities that you probably never saw coming. To create even like sisterhoods that you could never have imagined, and to build a business with amazing people that you probably would have never, ever imagined or had the opportunity to if you didn't step out, and to be connected with just incredible leaders who just lead by example, and who they are and who are just freaking real. Like, I want to be real because I know and I hope that it'll attract more real people in my life, in my business, in my circle, in my tribe, in my networking group, whatever it is, however we can like push each other up. Let's do it. However we can like shift perspective. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's grow. It's going to get uncomfortable. Let me hug you, Twin. So Twin wasn't even a hugger. I didn't know that until she opened up to me a couple months ago. And I was like, wait, what? And then here I am, the biggest hugger, right? And now we can't stop hugging each other. But it's love and it's heart and it's just, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. Even the bad, it's all good because it leads you to exactly where you need to be. So anyway, I didn't have a plan on what to talk about. And I love that Twin has been such, hi, Jean. Twin has just been a perfect example of just going with the flow, which has really helped this structured mom over here to just let it go and let it flow. Okay. And I want to thank all of you. Yes, the personal growth is so important, so important. And yeah, I just want to thank us all for being part of this. I guess the theme of today was just roll with it. Roll with it. It's never going to go ever as planned. And sometimes the most unplanned things are the most beautiful things. And we just need to manage our mind, manage our emotions. I'm a very emotional person. I care so much. I care so much, sometimes too much. But we just need to manage all that, and the best way to manage that too is to have amazing friends, and amazing connections, and amazing peer mentors, people like all of you, because without that, like, I don't know where I'd be. I don't know where I'd be. Oh, I'm so glad you make me smile too, Patty. So just believe in yourself, believe in the process. It's not going to be easy. The struggle is real. Let's be real about that. But just believe and just do it anyway. Just do it anyway. If your heart's in the right place, everything else is going to come together. Everything else is going to come together. So anyway, I'm sorry Karen wasn't able to join us today officially. Technical issues, but hey, that happens. That's life. That's life. And so I don't really have anything prepared, but I hope you got some inspiration in knowing that really you can choose your path and you can choose your growth and you can do whatever you choose to do. I know we hear all the time, but that means like the mini yeses, the little yeses along the way. Like, okay, Twin, you could be the first heart-centered expert in the United States on Speak Up Empower, but that means you got to go live. So here we are. So thank you for the push. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the invitation to be a part of something really beautiful. I'm excited for growth. If you guys want to learn more about how to be a part of this community, again, DM us and we'd love to give you a warm welcome in. Whether you like the hugs or not, it's happening. Hug on. Love you guys. Bye.